Hey there, my name is Cheesy. In the last episode, we built this beautiful waterfront park. And in this episode, I want to focus on the icons we see bleeping on the background over here by the industry. As you can see, there's quite a lot of these popping up right now, and they are saying high resource costs. The company has trouble procuring relevant resources at profitable prices. So because of the high cost of input goods, it's not feasible for them to make products. Let's zoom into these factories for a bit. We can see this one is making concrete from rock. Same over here. This one is also struggling with the same problem. This is creating minerals, but also it's produced from rock. And this one has the same problem once more. So we need to do something about our rock production. So let's go into our specialized industry. And let's first scope out a place to build this industry. So if we go into our info views and go into natural resources, we can see all the blue on the map. These are stone deposits, and we can mine them by placing one of these buildings over them. The stone mining specialized industry can be set up anywhere to produce stone. Okay, so as you can see here, the ore mining and the coal mining have to be on the blue spots. I was mistaken, I thought the stone had also has to be on the blue spot. But as you can see here, the stone mining specialized industry can be set up anywhere. So we don't have to bother with these info views, so let's get rid of them. And let's instead go to our contour lines, because what we do need is some flat space for this to be built on. So one possible spot would be on top here on the hill. But as you can see, there's also this castle over here and quite a nice forested area. It has a great view over the bay, over the river, over the old part of town. So I don't want to build any industry over here. Another possible place would be over here in this pit, I think. But for now it's quite far away from the city. I don't know how people that would be working here would get here on time. So let's continue once more. Over here we have some flat space, but I think again this would be a great spot for just some residential near the town. Also it has great access to the waterfront, so it would be a bit of a waste to put the ore industry over here. But I think back between these few hills, I think it would be a great spot. It's not directly visible from most of the city. It does have great access via this national highway. I think we will also create one bridge that goes over here, comes over here and connects to the rest of the town. And then it also has access to the outside connection via this way and also via the other way. So either imports or exports will be handled quite quickly. People working in the city can come here directly without traveling over the highway systems. I think this will be the perfect spot to set up the ore industry. So without further ado, let's set up some infrastructure. So let's first buy these tiles over here. I think like this will be enough. So we buy 8 of them and we have 9 left. And then we can go into our roads menu. I want to build a nice bridge over here on the small part of the river. And this side is quite high, but I think if we start over here on the high point that it can look quite good. So let's see. I like the version with the 2 pillars on the edge of the riverbank, not the pillar in the river. So let's place this one. And you can see these nice trusses. It's really a nice bridge. I think these bridges are a great upgrade from Cities Skylines 1. And this will be quite an expensive bridge to build. But because of the need the city has and also the access it provides to this side of the second river without the need to go over the highway, I think the expense is worth it for the city. So let's place some more roads and connect this up real quick. I want to use these stop roads that we left for ourselves in one of the previous episodes. And I want to follow the terrain and the coastline a little bit. So maybe let's go straight over here. And then we can wiggle our way up the hill. Let's start from the other side. And make our way down nice and easy. And then with our simple curve tool we can make the connection. Just find the guideline and hit it up. Perfect. I also want the connection from the other side. So let's maybe follow this road. Let's see, where does it get on the same elevation? Over here, so let's split off. Normally I won't like an angle this sharp, but because this is the outside connection and this is the side of the city, I think it's worth it to have this sharp of an angle. And what we can do is actually go into our road services tools. And then we can ban some of the movements. So let's say these people can go left and these can go right. Okay, perfect. And then continue our road. We were coming from this side and we were trying to get up to the bridge again. So I try to follow the contour lines whenever possible, go straight, because it's easier for cars to drive straight than have a long angled road. And then right before the bridge we turn in. So now we can reach this side of the river from both sides of the island. And we can start to think about how to get this over there. First things first, I want to get off this road in 90 degrees. So let's place this first. And then see how we can connect it up to the other road. Maybe this is a job for our complex curve tool. So let's see how it performs. So we select the first curve point. We select the second curve point that is straight in the guideline. And then we should be able to connect this up. Okay, the curve looks perfect, but I don't really like this raised part. So let's delete it for now and go into our terrain tools. We can level the terrain by right clicking here, make the brush a little bit smaller and then left click towards the other side. Now if we do this again, but this time with a simple curve, we should be able to make it. This looks much better, and now we can use the soften terrain tool again to make this look a little bit more natural. I do like that, it's beautiful. Let's think a bit more about our stone mining operation. So I think it will sit in this pit over here, so let's try to get up there. Like this. And then I want to have one road that goes through the middle. And it makes a little grid right here in the pit. Let's see, this is 112 meters. So let's do the same over on this side and connect it in like this. I think this will be okay for a start, but we can also go up this part of the hill a little bit later in the episode if we have to. What I also want to do is give these people some dedicated turn lanes for getting into the ore area. And we can do that with the 3-lane two-way highway. This basically is an asymmetric road. And then we can replace the existing roads like this. And over here we have to drag it to the other side. We can see this side already got it right. Maybe we can also do something over here. It doesn't really seem like it. It just wants to set up a dedicated turn lane for the left side. Please, if you're also playing the game and you know how this is handled, you maybe have some tricks for setting up this that we can have a dedicated right. then let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate something like that. We could do this in Cities Skylines 1, and it was a great way of managing traffic. But what I do really like is the road markings that get placed here automatically. Just look at these lines over here. It's kind of nice. It really indicates to the cars where they are allowed to drive and where not. Yeah, again, in Cities Skylines 1 we had to do a lot of work to get this to happen, and now it just happens automatically, and I think it's wonderful. Let's also set up some dedicated turning lanes for these people. And again, if this is the wrong way around, we can drag it from where we are coming from to where we want it to go. And now everything is pointing in the right direction. I think this is a great start. Let's just one more thing. The highway should always be able to continue. So what I want to do is set up traffic lights. Now that that is all done, it's time to start the clock and place our industry. So let's place a few of these right here. Okay, so I just figured out the game is lying to us. Because over here in the pop-up menu it says the stone mining specialized industry can be set up anywhere. But over here when I want to place it, it says there's no harvestable resources. So yeah, I don't think this is really working. We can try again maybe if the building is placed around. But also, yeah, when we select it we can see over here it highlights the natural resource. Did it also do this for our livestock farm? Yeah, it did. But that one did work for us. So maybe we are just not doing it right somehow. Let's try it again. Maybe if we place it inside here. I don't think so, but it's worth trying out, right? So what is this saying? Not enough water, not enough sewage. Why is this not connected to our water and sewage? It should be connected, I think. Availability is high enough. It is connected to the roadside. Also over here near the highway it's just connected. Ah, but the bridge does not have a water connection, so we need to find a way to get over here. Can we connect up here in a reasonable fashion and get it over to this side? In real life this wouldn't happen in this way by going underneath the river, of course. This would probably have its own water system. But in the game it's not easy to manage different systems. So we can imagine that maybe they are pumping it through the bridge instead of underneath the river. Because you would need one hell of a pump to get that water up again. But yeah, let's just use our imagination and act like everything is okay. Let's also, while we're here, tap down the terrain a little bit with our shift terrain tool and a really low brush strength. And now we can right tap this to make it look presentable. Just like that. Let's also do the other side. That's great. So let's see if this is producing anything. It says it's efficient. It says that it has employees. And it says that it is producing rock. So maybe this is working. Let's run the game for a little bit, run this test and see if any trucks show up. So there is someone working here. That is at least a beginning. And I haven't seen any ore trucks turn up yet. Let's give it a few more minutes and see if something happens.
Six hours later.
And we have a truck showing up. It seems to be collecting some stone over here. It actually is. So this is working. Even though the game told us it was not working over here, it most definitely is. So let's continue filling out this area. I want to place a few more of these around the edges. So let's place one over here. Why is this not working? No access, so let's delete it and try to place it again. Now it does seem to have put the building down, so I don't know what was happening over there. If you do know what was happening and you maybe know a trick to stop this from happening, also let me know, because I don't really like it when it doesn't place the building right away. Let's place one more ore industry over here. And I'm trying to keep some place open for some roads in the future, so that we don't block ourselves from any further development. I think with this we should have more than enough stone. But there is a few more things I want to place down. So first of all, this is very far away from the rest of the city. So I think this place would benefit from its own fire station. So let's place that right here near the entrance. I also think it's good for the people that are working here that we give them some place to go in their lunch break. So maybe a small park next to the fire brigade. And maybe a small outdoor gym on the other side. Where can I plop that? I think right here would be good. Let's also place a few trees so that when you're driving over here you don't just see this massive ore fields over here. Again, just as in last episode, I want to use the oaks and the birches. And I want to go into the place multiple. Have a big brush and only set it to 50%. So we can place a few trees at a few tips just like this. For the oaks, and then go again for the birches. And this will give you a nice mix of both of the trees. I think that's good. We can only see the effects after they have grown. For now it's just baby trees. And just like with our farm episode, I think it would be nice to place just a few places of normal industry in this block. I know it doesn't work like this in the game, but I like to imagine that the ore processing happens over here and then it gets shipped into town to be processed even further. With all that being said and done, I want to thank you for watching today's episodes. Don't forget to leave a like, comment the video, maybe share it with your friends, and I will see you next week with a new episode of Parmesiano. Bye bye!